Hello and welcome to Chat Her Up, people. Today you got my girl, Miss Callie, Pretty Dial Montique,
Yep.
and myself, Dr. Joy, pre-PhD. And if you've ever wondered what that means, it means nothing. Because there is no such thing as a we all pre-PhD if we don't
Okay.
have.
You just self-proclaimed, okay?
Right. I get that from the Black Girl skit, if y'all
Yes.
watched it.
The black, what is it called? Black Girl. What is it called? Black Girl skit?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I remember Black Lady Courtroom. That's all I loved.
Oh,
it.
yeah. Yeah, the one with the militant one who talks pure nonsense.
Michael
And at the same time makes sense and it's hilarious. That's where I got that from. Because that's how she used to introduce herself. All right, today we are not only going to discuss Love and Marriage Huntsville's season 9, episode 8, which is titled Stirring the Pot Over Drinks. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about Martell and Arionne Curry's interview with a young lady who claims to be Marsau's Palomore.
Side chick. Okay.
Okay.
Allegedly our opinion, entertainment purposes only. Okay, get it?
Yeah, we have no facts on this, y'all. Yeah. We're just talking about what we saw, and we're just discussing what we saw. But we are going to talk. We are going to dig into the past because we all are. We're women with minds. We have been watching this show from the beginning, and we've heard bits and pieces of trips that these men have gone on. So it's going to be interesting,
girl.
All right, so let's start. Where y'all want to start?
I don't know. So let's set it up, and then y'all may know more. But we were sitting here just minding our business, and all of a sudden, this thing popped up in the group with Martell Holt and Arionne saying, with like a little snippets of an interview.
Let's go back a little bit further.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let's go back a little bit further. Okay, so not only are we watching what has happened on the show, there is a reunion that we have not seen yet that they filmed, I think, back in October. Okay. Last week, Tisha she was on a podcast with Carlos King, somebody, I think it was Tambra from Bell Collective, and somebody else. It was 4 people on the line.
Dustin.
See, I didn't watch it, so tell me what happened. Go ahead.
So on that particular podcast, Tisha was talking about the fight the argument between Mausau and Martell at that park. And Tisha said that they were surprised to even hear that he was with Melanie because they claimed that when he was at A&M that he was messing with boys, not men. She literally said the word boys, and she said it a couple of times, and she said that what Martell said to Marsau was aired, but what Marsau said to Martell was not aired.
I find that very interesting too, right? Because why would they have left all of his information out?
But it's true, because even in the interview, Martell said that Marsau said a lot of things that was not true, even about Arionne. So, and we didn't see any of that. So but go ahead, Joy, keep going.
Yeah, so it was a lot of things that she claimed was cut out, and toward the end of it, they kind of talked about that for a little bit, and then at the end, Carlos piped in and said all of this is allegedly, and she said, "Nah, this wasn't alleged." Yes, she did.
She didn't, girl.
All I did was shook my head because I don't know Tisha. I would be lying to say that I do, but I think I've seen so many cases of her hearing something and running with it and taking it out of context. And one that comes so clearly in my memory is when the situation with Arionne and Martell and her saying they have matching BMWs.
Mm-hmm.
That Martell, and somehow it was about Martell bought it. The reason that, for one, Arionne said that he did not buy her that little Beamer. It was one of them old Beamers, and when I say old, it had a date on it. The picture that was on there, it had a date on it. It was a small Beamer, the little bitty one, and it was red. And because there was a picture when Arionne was first exposed. By the way, Melanie admits that the two pictures that originally exposed her, she sent those to Tisha when they were before the show, and she was telling her what happened, and she was like, "Girl, you want to see her?" And she had screenshot two pictures from Arionne's Instagram and had sent them to Tisha. And the girl had allegedly a whole bunch of pictures on her Instagram initially, and Tisha, those two pictures that she sent Tisha are the two pictures that would end out in the public. So it's pretty clear either Mel or Tish released those pictures to show who she was. It went in real time. Arionne must have got word because she completely wiped out her entire Instagram page. Completely. In real time. She would eventually bring it back up. And I want to say, if my memory is correct, I want to say she had a Twitter for a while. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive she had a Twitter for a while, but I could be wrong. It wasn't on Facebook, but I think it was a Twitter page, because it seems like that time when Melanie was pregnant with Sugar Mama, and they were in a park, they were at homecoming at A&M, and Melanie was pregnant. She was eating like some corn, stuff you see at like the carnivals, the long stalks of corn. Arionne had posted, eating my butt in the morning, eating corn by afternoon. I remember.
It's disgusting.
I know.
That's the lady he wants. Yeah, that's the lady he wants.
That's what she had posted in real time, and that was the second half of the first season. I remember that particular episode because my daughter in real time told me that she saw them filming, because she was at A&M then.
So this was a response. Martell and Arionne's interview is a response.
Correct.
To Tisha.
Correct.
But why in the heck would she say, no, it's not allegedly? Like something, even if it's not, Carlos is trying to protect you, lady.
Yeah.
And she shouldn't have said it anyway, because no matter what, she wasn't the one watching it. She wasn't the one watching them do anything, right? So she shouldn't have said that. And, I don't think anything legal will come of it. Hopefully not for her, but you can't say, it's not alleged unless you were the one there watching the ass spread open and the penis entering. You know what I'm saying?
And I also need to say that Tisha, I need to go back a little bit to say about that BMW. Melanie said in jest, look at them running around with the same BMW. I guess they matching BMWs. It was something Mel said. She said it tongue in cheek, not literally, but she exposed it literally. And that's what it reminded me of. Tisha tends to do that. She'll hear something and kind of run with it, I can't believe a woman of her age and her education that she can't understand that. But when she's in her feelings, she just says things. And if you go back and watch the very first reunion that they had, and Marsau was begging her to stop talking. She was just in her feelings and just saying stuff. And I just think that was a situation. She was in her feelings talking to Carlos King and couldn't jump out. So she said something that it may have been a rumor about it. I'd never heard that he was gay at all, but that don't mean that it's true.
Did you see his after video? After they aired their video, and he was talking about how many DMs he got from the guys that thought he was gay. He was happy about that. Okay,
so let's get into what happened with and I was trying to find a picture.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I answer this, Derek, not Eric?
Allow me for this.
Hey, Derek. By the way, they haven't because it hasn't happened yet. We know that because Maurice's DUI was in May. You can Google it. And Kiki died July 2nd. So I don't know if they were even still filming or if they brought the cameras back up, because they did film something. I heard in real time that they were at a park at some kind of balloon release. So Kiki hasn't passed yet during filming.
Okay. I just want to say crazy. Just crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Why can I not
but anyway, if y'all watch the interview, this girl is sitting up there with Arionne and Marsau, and they're talking very cavalier about this Vegas trip. Apparently he was messing with this girl on and off for a minute. It seems like Marsau was tight with money. He want her to come to town, but she like, somebody got to pay for it. In other words, just to even get there. She lives in Birmingham. Birmingham, at best, I want to say, is 70 some odd miles from, depending on what part of Birmingham you live in, to Huntsville. I've driven it more than once. By the way, I used to live in Alabama, and I went to Alabama A&M. So yeah, I've driven it, and I've, of course, been a passenger back and forward as a young girl. But my daughter went there, so sometimes we used to go in to Birmingham and stay a couple of days, then drive home, but stop in Huntsville for whatever reason.
Okay, so here I found this. This is the girl.
Yeah,
I just did a real quick snippet. So what do y'all think? First, looking at the girl,
is she black? Because I don't think she is.
Yeah, she ain't. Yeah, she black.
I don't think she is.
What do you think she is?
Yeah, I don't think she's black. I think she has on a wig. It was real stiff.
No, girl, that is a bad silk press. Okay, people who are on here, do y'all think she is? She is not. She is black. Her name is Shantae or something. She is. Her mama is somebody black in her family.
No,
I think she's Latin, and she does
I
have
was
a bad
thinking Latina.
She sounds like a white girl that's trying to talk black. She sounds like a white girl that's trying to talk black.
I don't think so, Joy. No way.
And she had on a wig, and that wig was stiff as a board.
That was a bad silk press. What y'all think? Thank you, Marsha. That girl is black. I know girls. Yes. What you think?
I think she had on a black wig.
No, but that was her bad split ends. Look at them split ends, girl. That is a bad silk press.
That was a bad wig.
What you think, Kevin?
Black girl wig.
I think she that's her real hair. I think it was a bad silk press, and I think she's Latin.
Yeah, she's something. She's mixed with something, or she black.
Yeah,
there we go. She looked biracial, black and something. Right? She black. That was a bad silk press, and she needed her ends clipped because they were split
badly.
Badly. That was not a wig, Joy.
Okay. Yeah.
No way.
It looked like a wig to me.
You think so?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, let's get to some of the do y'all really think that was proof? I mean, this is what I thought. I could only watch 20 minutes of it. I can't lie. I had to stop at 20 minutes. And when I heard her say she was a little upset and she ended it over the $200 or $300, I thought, girl, okay, if she got mad over $200 or $300, then how much did Martell and them have to pay her to come on here and tell a lie? I'm not so sure that that's proof. There's just a girl talking who she wants her dollars and her pennies. I don't necessarily think that's proof of anything. What do you guys think? I could have paid her to say that. She'll take any amount, like $25, I'm thinking. And that's probably all that Martell got.
For years, Martell has been saying somebody's name and they beep it out. Yeah. When they were at the park, he said somebody's name. And when Tisha and Stormy almost got into that fight at that Gallons Day thing, they said somebody's name.
Yeah, Mel said somebody's name.
There is clear, specific people out there that they have flat out said he has been with. I don't think, this is just my opinion, which ain't worth a hill of beans. And this is my opinion and my opinion only. It does not represent anybody's opinion on this platform but mine. Marsau ain't nothing to brag about.
Did you hear her say the same thing?
And I like Marsau. Like he at times he has been a funny cat, and generally I like the way he, kind of plays with people, because in my opinion he's good TV. But with that being said, there's no way you're going to convince me that these grown men been going on these trips and it was only Martell that was cheating.
Well, I don't think anybody would try and convince you of that. I think that, yeah, he might have cheated. All I'm saying is this girl, that's not proof. They just have a girl up here that wants a couple dollars. That's not proof. There was no text messages. There was no recorded phone calls, nothing. It's just put the camera on me. Let me tell y'all what me and Marsau did. I ain't never met him, but I'm going to give y'all a hell of a story.
Oh, of course. It's no different than coleslaw. She didn't produce anything. She just told her story. You either believe that if it was or if it wasn't. We only believe it because it's collaborating other people.
We believe it because she had a baby.
Well, we believed it way before that. Now, doggone.
But that was the proof. We're talking about proof in this moment.
Look, nobody's gonna have that kind of proof.
Well, then they need to shut up.
I don't think so. You either believe it or not. All they could do is present. It wouldn't have been no different if that girl that Tisha was talking about and Mel was supposed to bring on the show for $5,000. It's no different. Would you had not believed her? Because she would have actually been getting paid.
Well, she actually didn't come on, so I don't even know what to think of it.
Well, my whole point is there are people out there. Either Mel is a flat out liar, Martell is a flat out liar.
Yeah,
I both of them. I don't think so.
Yeah, neither do I. I'm saying we need, if you're going to bring proof, don't just set a girl up here on TV and say this is it. This is the receipt you guys been looking for, is what she said. No, it isn't. It ain't the receipt I've been looking for. I'm not looking for a receipt, but if you're going to put something out there, make it believable.
So
that ain't.
I mean, I feel like I don't think it's not. I think it's true. But I will admit that there were no receipts. But the stories and the trip kind of aligned with what they had said.
And I'll tell you something else that aligned. Cole saw, because she even touched on this a little bit. Arionne even said like how they manipulate money. Now, mind you, she was saying this stuff when her and Martell wasn't even on good terms. And I'm talking about the interview she did with Tasha K, where she was talking about, they were definitely bad interviewers and they were acting real goofy. And she acted like her and Martell was having a love story or something. It was really weird how, at first she was like, don't talk about me, when they were talking about the being up there on top of Credit One and being bent over the table. And then she said, and she was like, well, what did it look like? It ain't no beds in there. Martell looked at her like, he said, wait a minute. He said, and then she said, we ain't talking about me right now. And then 15 minutes later proceeded to talk about her. Like, she is so weird. She's so immature. She seems so young. And it don't seem like her age is that small. But she has
so Eric said they didn't even ask her what year this took place, but they did talk about it because we know it's during the time when he worked at the movie theater.
Yeah,
so
and they went to
Vegas during the time when he worked there, then this can be corroborated from that. Now, if they did not go to Vegas when he worked there as a manager, then maybe not. But Tisha knows if he went to Vegas. Mel knows if Martell went. And Arionne knows if Martell went. I don't know if Kimmy was in the picture at that time, but Maurice, whoever he was with at the time, would know.
He wasn't married. So that was the only part of the interview I thought was exceptionally distasteful. Is that Maurice, for whatever his reasons, has not thrown Martell under the bus at all. He has tried to remain as neutral as possible and tried to cool things down between him and Marsau pretty regularly. Now, he could have been protecting himself. I'm not arguing, but keep it in the book. Even in that same Tasha K interview with Arionne, she flat out said she saw both of them with somebody. That was when we heard about the linebackers. She has said that they ain't even with women cuter than their own wives.
Well, I will say this girl did fit the description of a linebacker.
Another thing
that's
is,
where we get that from. That whole
Arionne said that she used to hang with them a lot. And I don't know what made it stop, but all of a sudden, Martell stopped bringing her around. So I think she did see some of the interactions.
She was on a trip with them.
Right. So, I mean, but I do agree that they were bad. They were bad at interviewing. They kept talking about themselves. And that kind of bothered me a little bit. And then, yes, and I feel like, but wasn't she, who was all drinking? Just the girl, right? Were they drinking?
I can't remember. It seemed, I don't know. They just weren't very good interview. A good interviewer would have written down something on some cue cards or something, some note card, just something. That was just really, they secured the interview, but they didn't prepare very well for it. And then Arionne kept going back to her and her relationship with Martell. And then she was like, well, what married guys be doing? What they be telling them wives? And then she would look over at Martell and say, what you tell your wife? Girl, if you don't take your, ooh, she was so immature. Like, what adult woman? Because her daughter has to at least be like 10. Like, she may not know. And then the advertisement for this thing was, this the first time I ever had a penis in my mouth and in my butt. And then she was referring to her vagina, but pointing to her butt. You a nasty hoe. It just wasn't normal. And she was laughing about it. Like, I would be, if I had done some bull crap like that, that would have went to the grave with me. You doing 2 brothers at a time?
That's nasty.
Yeah, that girl was not. I tell you one, she didn't have no black mama.
You don't think so?
No. In Alabama, she ain't had no black mama.
What?
Why?
Because that's not black children behavior.
Joy.
I said it.
Joy. So you trying to say that no black girl ever?
I ain't say
girl,
that.
please.
I mean, because
I never said that. We ain't finna go
been up in there.
We ain't finna go
over a chair with Martell.
We ain't finna go on.
Coleslaw talking about somebody eating corn, eating her butt. Come on now, black girls do this.
She nasty.
So is this one?
We ain't talking about doing 2 brothers at one time either. She talking about being, I guess, pleasured. I don't know how much pleasure. I don't have an arousal zone in my butt. What he say?
No,
the word to the grand trunk, a hoe. Ain't you? You ain't lying. He ain't lying. He talking about a hoe is a hoe.
I mean, no, I just feel
I think it's a hoe and then a whole hoe. I think it's 2 levels.
But I really feel like she was in her wild girl times, because this wasn't now. You know what I mean? This was like Freak Me era or whatever. You know, these people did
just 8 years ago. 8 or 9 years ago.
But she was younger, because was she 39 now? Didn't she say that?
So 30 acting like a hoe. That ain't even
31, right? So if you said 8 years ago and she's 31, okay?
Yeah. She was 31.
That's what she said. Did y'all hear that?
That is exactly what she said.
31.
Callie said that. I didn't hear that, but Callie said the girl said she was 31.
I posted it too. It's on TikTok.
Mm-hmm. So 8 years ago.
Yeah, she lied.
She was still a young girl. So she was probably happy to be flued out, going to Vegas with these guys who owned the business. You know what I mean? She felt like she was a rock star, and I'm sure she looked a lot better than she does now. She probably done had some kids and stuff, you know. No, I don't know if she does, but her body looked like maybe she did. Okay, but anyway, and that's
she said she was really looking to Marsau to be like a family.
How about she can't even remember if they used protection?
She was drunk. But she called him Marcel. Like, instead of Marsau, she called him Marcel.
I think she was saying their name.
It wasn't like a lot.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I'm not real sure if this is true. Can you get the name right?
Yeah. She only did that once because Martell corrected her.
Yeah, she did it once.
How many times did Coleslaw do it?
I don't know. Girl,
Couple, two, three
let
times.
me tell you something. I gave birth to 2 daughters on a regular, consistent
We ain't
basis.
talking about a mother. We ain't talking about a mother messing up her kids' names.
I'm just saying,
strangers and hookers.
I mix up their names all the time, and I know them way better than she knows Martell. I mean, Marsau.
The Georgians mixed up their damn names.
Exactly.
I mean, there we go.
Yeah, that quick.
I mean, we mixed up the weather girl, Stormy and Sunny, all the time. So I'm not going to say that makes me think she wasn't telling the truth. I do believe, in my opinion, that they did do some things at Credit One or whatever it's called. I do believe that they were scandalous. Now, are they now? I don't know. I feel like after what happened with Martell and Mel, they probably said, no, we want to keep our marriages, and they stopped, hopefully. But do I believe they probably did do some things? Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, my only thought is, of course, when you are young and you're 20 and you think you fly, you're out there doing whatever you want to do with however many people, that's one thing. But when you're doing it in a business that was a business then and is still a business today, to hear those kind of rumors still be talked about, I would think twice before walking into that business. It's like, well, what if I walk in without an appointment? What am I going to see on that little conversation?
I don't think that's where the action was happening. Apparently, it's an upstairs to this business.
Well, she said she walked in, there was a big conference round table, and then in other rooms is where they did the dude.
But she said it was at night, so they should have been closed when they were doing it.
Okay.
Because they would go club, then they would go drink, and then they would go there. But I'm like, why you didn't go to a hotel? Like,
and wait a minute, they asked that. That came up, and the answer to that was, why waste money on a hotel when we have this office right here?
Yeah, and all of us, for all these seasons, literally since the one guy got into whatever was supposed to be in an apartment, we have been hearing about all these things happening at Credit One. Like, it has been a thing that something is going on at that business.
And that's not cool.
And so has Tisha or Marsau or anybody, because I haven't been on anything, clapped back or said anything, or are they muted?
Mama Wanda has.
What she say?
I posted that on TikTok too. She cracked up laughing. She said, "Baby Martell," he said, "You little sweet boy, you tried it, didn't you? You just so funny. You tried it. She laughed at him.
I don't know. I mean, so you think that it's too little too late? Like, we know, even if he did cheat.
That I will say yes to. Yes. It's just too little too late. I think this would have been more effective quite a few seasons ago. But we've been talking about Marsau and him having affairs like, Callie, close your ears. Like, he was sexy as so-and-so in Huntsville. She hates when I say that. Because people act like everybody want to sleep with him. I believe he had affairs, but I don't believe all of this. Like, he would have to pay them just like he had to pay this girl. Like, don't nobody, like, I like Marsau. I think he's funny. I think he's a funny guy. But I don't see him and say, let me lower my panties. And I'm okay about that. I mean, I'm sure he might feel the same way about me. It is what it is. I just don't see that at no point of pictures that we've seen, and we know what Marsau used to look like. It's just no way you're going to convince me that everybody wants to sleep with him.
Well, she said he used to be handsome. He was fine back in the day.
I think that women are attracted.
I saw him on their wedding day.
I ain't saying I'm saying it. That's what she said.
But I feel like, you got this guy. If you think about it, you all had one in school who his personality made him more attractive. And he was like, oh, maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That his mouth, his words,
I think,
could possibly impress somebody.
I think many people could say that.
No.
Yeah, I think many people.
Not at all.
Many girls have gone out with guys that aren't the best looking, but they were nice.
Yeah. Their personalities are just attractive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And say what you want about Marsau. That little current picture of him with that blue suit on with the red tie, he looks very handsome.
Oh, I don't know that picture.
I don't know that picture either.
You can send me that one, because I ain't seen not a one.
I don't think he's ugly. I'm not trying to put him down. He's a human being. I don't think he's ugly. I think that would be unfair to say. But I'm just saying, the sex appeal that they were trying to say, that Marsau gets more action than Martell. I just don't believe it.
I feel like, you know how you go on a date and your friend, and you be like, oh, I'm going on a date with Martell and you got to be my friend to come. I feel like the people were Martell's girls' friends and they just got lucky because they were Martell's friends. I don't think they went for them all the time. I don't.
Okay.
And you see what she looked like. I mean, it's not like she, and I'm not saying anything bad about her, but it's not like she was this high caliber woman who could get, you know what I mean? Like, oh, how did he get her? Like, she was excited to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. Because I mean, I agree. I actually wouldn't have expected anything else. Something Martell said, though, I'd be cracking up. He said, he got a type. I'm telling you, this girl ain't black. He was literally saying something. He be messing with white girls. I'm telling you.
He made like lighter girls and maybe white and almost and could pass for white, but she wasn't white.
Okay.
Because she even said, because she would have been like, oh, and this white man tried to get with me. No white girl ain't saying that.
Oh, girl, I'm so glad you mentioned that.
No white girl ain't saying that. Like,
yes, they
that's
do.
What we
yes,
say.
they do.
Like,
They be thinking they white.
To talk to me?
I ain't had no white friends that thought they was black.
That's all I really have right now.
Yeah.
No,
this white man tried to talk to me.
Did you hear the last part?
They don't talk about their colors to us like that.
You didn't hear the last part, did you?
What?
I said you must not had any friends that were white girls that think they black. Because I
have. That's what I have.
They talk just like we do in regards to race.
I have white friends who are blacker than me, and they don't say stuff like this white boy tried to talk to me.
Oh, I do. I heard that. I had a best friend at some point that was white, and that's definitely how she talked. It was kind of a running joke that we had to remind Jamie that she wasn't black.
Oh God.
Matter of fact, I was almost about to say Allah is my witness, but this isn't Allah is my witness. People literally used to call her White Jamie because it was like a reminder that she wasn't black.
Now we have
she was like Jewish. She was like Jewish.
And that's the only reason she was like Christian. And she's blacker than me too. So, but yeah.
Man. Yeah, it's how she talks. Tells me it's not a natural talk. It's that black girl that's trying to be white and they talk like this. They do something with their tongue. Like I heard white girls talk like that, like on a regular. I be like, just talk to me. Take that twang out your voice that you playing with.
Because even with them, when she said this white man tried to talk to me, as I'm gonna tell you, as simple, and I'm not talking bad about Arionne or Martell, but they would have been like, "But girl, you white, like, come on." They simple. Oh, we got a white Christy. You can call him white whatever. Yeah, call that lady White Jamie.
Like it was funny at the time, but
But Derek said you cannot call that lady White Jamie.
I know. Yes, I break it up.
We got a white Christy. So but
okay.
I don't know. So let's kind of end this so we can go to the show. But what did you all get from it? Like what?
Nothing.
But you know that they're trying to make this like a series because in this new thing, Arionne did a call for action saying if you are a side chick and you have been with them and you have been a girl who was with a man and you didn't know he was married, we want to talk to you at this table. Ain't no table, baby. You ain't got no red table. It was nothing but microphones. But
she used to the floor, she said. They're gonna get it done.
She want to get karma. She needs to stop playing like that. Like, even if she wanted, she would have been more successful if she had talked about how to get the bet. Like, I hate to say it like this, like what she did or what he did. Really talk more about herself. People would have actually tuned in for that. But for her to try to go on the side chick tour and invite people in to talk about their side chick, it might be successful. Hell, we living in a world where you just never know. I had a cousin who wrote a book about how to date a baller, and it was highly successful.
I mean, Kim Kardashian got famous over a sex tape, so this can happen. You know what I mean? Like the caliber of how tough. Okay, how many girls done that before?
The hot two girl.
One girl said it, and now she's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I think it can happen.
And that's true.
How would y'all be feeling if y'all were Tisha? Tisha here, she saw the video. She didn't tell, and of course she's saying she didn't look at it, but while everybody else was asleep last night, she went and put her little earplugs in and turned on that video and watched it. How do you think she felt?
Thinking about when they went to Vegas.
That's what she's trying to piecemeal. Did he call me? When did he call me? Does these dates fit up? Another thing that our Arionne kept saying that I did not like was and it's in both things. I think she said it at that interview, and then the thing that I watched today when they were leaving some kind of center was that Marsau don't even want Tisha. Like, she don't even want her. And I think that
that's not cool.
That wasn't cool to me.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's been going on about him cheating and everything, if that was the first video that I saw as Tisha, I would probably cuss him out just, because why not? But I wouldn't show any concern for it. I wouldn't show any concern for it. I might question, now, did she have two stomachs when you screwed her, or did she gain some weight? Because she clearly had two stomachs there. I wasn't sure if that was a pouch or kangaroo. I didn't know. But I would laugh at it, if anything. They're doing that just to hurt her. And I don't like that.
I mean, I feel like the girl probably did look like different 8 years ago. And like I said, she could have.
You don't think her hair was like that?
May not have her Ozempic, and she ain't got the surgeon like Tisha, because Tisha could look like that too if she didn't have the surgeon.
And then Arionne made it a point to have Martell say that he didn't pay for a procedure for her. So Tisha was lying when she said Arionne was in the closet or whatever, shaking her butt that Martell had just bought. Remember that part on the car?
Oh, I absolutely believe she filmed it and sent it to Martell. And he probably did show it. But this was the reason why I think she lied. I will say this. Marsau said that he haven't seen any videos. Marsau has actually said that in writing on his page, talking about it. So if Marsau, I want you to hear this. Either Marsau is lying or Tisha is lying, because you telling me Martell didn't see this video, but Tisha did. He showed Tisha.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's possible that he showed somebody and she heard about it. This is the kind of stuff that I'll be talking about. Tisha talks out the side of her neck, and she'll hear something and latch on to something and not really tell the full story. She does that a lot. She does it a whole lot. When she's flustered, she just be saying whatever comes to the top of her head.
So I do like this comment. Because Tisha always says nobody's come forward. Mm-hmm. She can't say that anymore, because somebody has.
Yeah. That's
what do y'all? So Joy, we kind of talked about this. What do you think they can go from here, Joy and Callie, as a group, as a show?
I don't think they can go anywhere. That's my opinion. I think that this was a step too far. I understand why he did it, but how he did it was funky, and he had no reason. He could have excluded all of that Maurice stuff. That's what makes it nastier, because Maurice hasn't thrown him out like that. The issues that he's even had have come from Cold Star. In this situation, they were not just talking about Marsau and Maurice. They were also mentioning Micah. All three of them was there. Because that was what Callie had mentioned. She was like, all three of them ran a train.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't seem that way.
I don't think so. I just think they were all at credit one.
No, this was when they were in Vegas. She got the train ran on her in Vegas.
No, but I'm saying when she mentioned all three of them, I think that was
at credit one.
Oh, okay.
And then when they went to Vegas, I think it was just Maurice, Marsau, Martell, and her. And I really can't find it hard to believe that Maurice and Martell did not have a lady there. But that's just me.
Did we mention that Marsau, according to her, when they were in Vegas, the white guy tried to holler at her, and Marsau actually said, this is the part that she said she was just disgusted by, not being ran by a train, But because Marsau said, I don't do it. Go and see what he wants. That's what she was about. Not giving your brother head while you getting banged.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But I think she may have been sober at that moment and then not sober at the other. Does that make it better?
No.
Okay, I'm trying.
But I don't know, where will the show go from here? No telling. I think it's going to be a lot of different things that come into play, especially after the conversation with Melody and Kimmy and her husband. It will be really interesting to see how they're able to move on. I don't know what to expect. Marsau is probably trying to convince Tisha that they don't need to respond, and they probably shouldn't. You know, that's exactly what he's trying to get Tisha to understand.
I don't think I can't see Martell coming back next year. Who gonna film with him?
So you don't think? Well, we know that Marsau's upset. He sounds like they will never be friends again. But even from a business perspective, you don't think they'll get together and talk some trash?
Nope. You can't come back from that. You can't come back from that.
I think
because I know Kimmy got to be thinking. Kimmy got to be thinking we done came out of one scandal and we finna go into another because Maurice's DUI was just thrown out.
Yeah.
Not reduced, thrown out.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when I say just maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it happened after the reunion. So whatever the case is, I just don't see how they come back from this. Who he gonna film with? Because even Tish and Ken are good friends with Kimmy now.
Well,
I don't know. He's only filmed with Marsau a couple times this season anyway. He hasn't even been on there a lot himself.
He's been doing it with like Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny and Fletcher.
And the Fletchers.
I don't think Nail.
And Melody really hasn't filmed with everybody either. So I feel like they may continue it the way they're doing it now. Right. With a few one-on-ones, a few group, this group and that group. But I feel like Martell and Melody don't really film with the collective or everybody ever.
Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah. All right, we gotta get to the show.
This show needs to take a long break, let time pass, and maybe see where things can come. I don't know.
That might be.
But people who are watching, what did y'all think of the interview? Did you believe her or not? Just put it in the comments. Yes, I believe her. No, I did not believe her. On here, do we believe her or not? Joy?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that to see. What do you believe her, Callie?
I believe her, but I don't know that I would consider that proof. But yeah, I believe her.
Do you believe it, Callie? I mean,
I believe some of it. I believe that she may have put a little sauce on it on some things, as Giselle says. But do I believe it happened? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what somebody said in here. They think that he mixing some truth. Somebody wrote that. Plus, Maurice.
Oh, did they?
Martell's going to apologize to Maurice next season, and that's how they're going to go back. Okay.
That could happen. I don't believe everything she said, but I believe she was in vague. Okay, so we believe that she was in the mix of a relationship with somebody.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What happened to our little disclaimer? It's gone. Listen, I didn't take that off, but we're gonna be back. Okay, it's back. Look, before I say too much. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. Okay. But Joy, did you say?
Yeah, I definitely believe it. I believe, I ain't gonna lie, dog on near every word, because I just believe it. And I believe that there was probably Marsau didn't have like girlfriends. He didn't get involved. I think that's where the 20 girlfriends come from. In other words, Marsau and them had sense enough not to get emotionally involved. Mm-hmm. They was hitting and quitting it, flashing a little money around. I don't know how, but they were, and hitting it and quitting it.
But Martell got the relationship and he's stuck.
Yeah, and he just got stuck. Yeah.
So who does that make better? The hitting and quitting? Do you want to hit and quitting it, or him just with one? Like, I don't know.
Both of them are terrible. I think horrible. It's really bad with the one girlfriend though, because he's emotionally invested. Oh, yeah, he got his feelings is all in it.
Yeah,
just hitting it and quitting it. Neither one of them are good. I don't know, because hitting it and quitting it can be dangerous.
Very.
Multiple people and all, it's too much can happen. But I mean, if you had to deal with one, you know, if your man is emotionally involved with somebody else, it's a wrap. You can't do nothing but file for divorce and try to get your life back in order. Like for real, that's
true.
Like,
I mean, he's doing interviews with this chick, and they were talking about their relationship more than Marsau. But anyway, that got on my nerves too. Okay. Anyway, okay. So we doing the show next?
Yes.
Nobody said if they believed it or not, unless I'm missing it in the comments.
Yeah, some of them have put.
Marsha said she believes.
I see it. I believe some. Okay.
Yeah.
Derek said, I don't believe everything she said, but I believe she was in Vegas.
Okay. We got people watching who ain't gonna comment, I guess, because we got
some people
go ahead.
driving.
No, that's cool.
All right,
go ahead. Go talk about the show now.
Okay.
All right, now on to stirring the pot over drinks. We don't have to go scene by scene because this episode had a couple of things that were really meaty and we can focus in on it. And kind of, the first one was we're still in the backyard of Ken and Trish Lockjaw. And her baby daddy Slowpoke is back there. I feel so bad for him. He has vitiligo, by the way, too.
Who?
He does.
Who does? Slowpoke?
Her ex-husband. He has vitiligo.
Okay.
He's what?
He has vitiligo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who?
He does.
That's what I said.
Trish's husband?
Ex-husband.
Well, they still married.
Oh, that's right. They're still married. Yeah. He has vitiligo.
Where did you see? I didn't see
it. It's on his mouth. It's on his mouth.
Okay.
And I was looking on his hands because people who I know, it be on like their fingers.
Yeah, I didn't notice anything.
Yeah. It's on his mouth.
Yes, Marquez.
It's like on his mouth. How could y'all miss that?
He kept rubbing his mouth. I didn't notice.
Yeah, he has been like, okay, let's start with Mel and Maurice talking. What y'all think about? Basically, they were going, Mel basically walked up to Maurice and expressed how disappointed and how irresponsible, well, not irresponsible, but she did use the words like disappointed.
Right.
She expressed how she felt about hearing that he was out drunk driving. And Maurice handled that baby like
he did. I was like, wow.
Yeah, baby. Because he
handled that really well.
He really did.
I feel like Melody handled all that the wrong way. Like if you have an issue and you think that he's doing something, even though Kimmy did kind of say she didn't want to talk about it. I didn't watch the episode, so I don't know what else she said. But you still could have addressed don't address it to other people. Yeah. Especially when you've been through.
We ain't got to that part yet. Let's not talk about the Kimmy aspect.
Well, that did happen.
But no, this is about the Maurice.
That comes a little bit later.
About Maurice, the conversation with Melody and Maurice.
That's why he was mad at her.
Yeah, she started
going around
town
I've
had the
talking about me. And the
right.
Kimmy thing did happen earlier where Kimmy didn't want to respond to her. But go ahead.
Well, I guess I thought you was going to go into the conversation that she had with Kimmy. Okay. No, that's it. What did y'all think about it? Did y'all think that Mel, you started that you thought she handled it all wrong? Explain why you say that.
Because she should, if you're going, especially being a woman who has gone through infidelity, to go around and having all these pocket meetings with different people to try to get piecemeal the story and stuff.
She didn't even talk about that with Maurice. She didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, and then going to him. But that's why he was mad though.
Yeah.
He was mad about it all. He didn't bring out the things that she said, but he said, you're trying to put all this stuff on me and you don't even know what happened. So tell me what happened.
Yeah.
Were you there? Were you there? And she was like, I read the report.
The report don't say nothing.
Right.
Because they couldn't even give he must not have taken even the breathalyzer test because they couldn't even there was nothing to produce. You either, because you can refuse the breathalyzer test, would automatically makes you get locked up. That's what I'm assuming is what happened. Something happened. He was out. They arrested him, and this had to be early in the afternoon. I don't know where they were, because if you listen to the show, Trish, he left Trish and Ken. They were all together. And Kimmy and Maurice must have gotten in different cars. Kimmy went somewhere, Maurice went somewhere. Because this happened at 12:05 in the afternoon.
Some of this don't make sense to me, because when Kimmy was talking to him, she said, I was waiting for you to come home. She said, I thought that you must have been working and fell asleep at the office. So I went to the office looking for you and you wasn't there. This, to me, it's not making sense. It's not adding up to me, because she said those words to him in the kitchen.
She said what to him exactly? Say those words.
That she went looking for him. She was worried. She couldn't sleep. She went to the office to look for him and he wasn't there.
But so she also said that she did go to sleep.
So if they were all together, I don't understand. The timeline don't make sense to me.
I don't know what was happening, because all I know is is what's in the report. And the report is he was arrested at 12:05 in the afternoon. We all assumed, and it could be true, something isn't adding up. You're right about that. Is that they thought he was out all night. Well, Trish and them and Ken and them was like, they were together. But when they were talking in the garage, do you remember that scene when she was kind of laughing? Yeah. He got a DUI, was getting all these calls. It seemed like she should have said then, we were just with him. He ain't seemed drunk to me. Or something. That never came up, that they were together, until they were all together. And Trish then was like, he didn't seem like he was drunk to me. Or nobody was walked away from their drunk. At 12 o'clock in the afternoon, not to say that people ain't drunk at 12, because we see drunks sitting outside the liquor store waiting for it to open. So we know you can drink anytime, but I don't know. I just wish they had maybe they'll give more context at the reunion. But Kimmy even said, Alba said, if there's red lipstick, it was mine. I left him that they were together. Whether or not
why she used to him coming home, like some of this, I don't know.
Because he likes to go out and party. He likes to go out and hang out late. She's tried to tell him that she doesn't like it. They definitely had the conversation. It hasn't changed anything. He knows how she feels. He knows she doesn't want him out, but he's doing it anyway. So she said she's just not going to fight it.
Right.
She's just trying to accept something about her husband that she doesn't like. I guess it sounds weird, but there's probably a lot of things we've accepted from husbands, that we didn't always like.
Yeah. Yeah. What y'all think about Marcus going to that table to talk, and his son had to come over there and all was say?
What y'all think about this comment? Yeah, Maurice and Kimmy and all the cast can talk about Melody and Martell and their business to other people when Mel is not around for 7 seasons and they've been divorced for 5 years. They can get it too. So is this what do y'all think?
But it's true, yeah. I mean, they have been talking about it, talking about Melody and talking about her affair and talking behind her back. More so Tisha than Kimmy. But yeah, there's definitely been conversations that have been had. I think Kimmy spoke on it, but she was never as disrespectful as Tisha has been. So I think it probably hurt her a little more when Melody wouldn't really address the conversation about her in the comments she made about Maurice. It's true though. It's happened over the years. It's just all a matter of how you handle it. Yeah.
I also think that you do have to have some kind of closed mouth about court proceedings, because let's also be honest, Mel and Martell has had several court things going around, and they never discuss their court stuff. Like there was a whole custody battle that nobody talked about. There was a whole abuse battle before that nobody talked about. The only two that talked about it was Martell and Melanie. When it legal issues, that's probably one of the few things that they have respected. And that's about it. Because they haven't. Because let's also keep it a buck. Marsau Melanie talked a little bit about it. It just didn't get no traction. But Marsau lost a whole $800,000-$900,000 case. And nobody's talking about it. It seems like the legal stuff they haven't talked about. That hasn't been made a storyline.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily think it should. But look at Latoria's comment.
Well,
go ahead.
I thought we were gonna do that when they talked about Kimmy. Okay, y'all made me stop, so that's why I hit it. But go ahead.
Yeah, let's wait. Let's do this in order.
That's why I hit it back.
Let's finish this Marquise. Let's get out this backyard. Marquise goes over to the table where all the cast is sitting and trying to explain himself, and his son come over. And we could also talk about Ken's comment when he was introducing everybody, thanking everybody. And not only did he say that shout out to all the guys here to take care of their kids, he didn't acknowledge him. Do you think that was appropriate?
No, it wasn't appropriate. He was shady as heck. He really was shady as heck. And I think that the mental state of Marquez in that moment probably went a little left. But I thought we talked about that last week, though. We didn't. This week, I thought it was interesting.
Was I here last week? I didn't. Maybe we did.
I mean, this just happened this episode. We may have talked about it in a preview, but this just happened this episode.
Yeah,
it happened. It happened the last episode, and then it picked back up this episode.
Yeah. That may be true. Yeah,
pick back up. But it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, his son. They got a handsome boy.
They do, and I was really proud of him when he went to grab his dad from that table.
Yeah.
Did I answer about Ken? Look.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, honey.
And also the conversation that Ken would eventually have with him. Mention that.
Yeah, let's just talk about all of this.
Okay, go ahead.
I understand that Ken feels like Mickey Ficky, I'm taking care of your children. I get it. and it takes a good, strong man to take care of somebody else's kids. I get it. And he may be a deadbeat father, but this was a celebration for the children. And I feel like it was the wrong place to say the things he said. And any other Marquez, I mean, maybe he's scared because he was, to me, I think if that would have been Martell or anybody else, they would have been like, in please.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, for real. You're not doing this.
My husband said he's insecure. He was like, that big old dude.
Right.
Is so insecure. Wait a minute. And he said, the funniest thing that Marquis said was, can you have your own kids?
Girl, them steroids. He can't have no kids.
Yes, I was rolling. The look on Ken's face was like, boy,
so tickled. I was so sick. I was like, this dude. He was dead serious.
He was. I mean, I think you just doing it because you can't have your own kids. There's got to be some truth to that. I mean, whatever. It's got to be a little truth.
Did he answer?
No, he just stared at him and said, no, I'm just doing what should be done no matter who the daddy is. I'm the one here. And,
So this daughter must be from a old relationship. And I think that's also admirable.
He did say that.
Yeah. I have an uncle that does that. He was with a lady for a long time and they accept her, call her daughter. She has a son. And that's their grandbaby. They always include them. It's a special kind of guy that would still take care of a child that's not biologically his, or care for her, in a fatherly way after he done broke up with the woman. I admire that. I think that's beautiful.
Until you're the girlfriend.
Well, my aunt didn't. She didn't mind. My aunt did at all. They include her. I've been over their house for Christmas. They always got a present for her and their son and her son. Like they, like it's some real ones.
I would love to hear what the daughter's mother has to say. She's probably happy for it. It's a good thing.
I have no idea because I've never met her, but I've only met the daughter.
No, I meant Ken's.
Ken's
daughter's mom.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's not a bad thing, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. All right, then we can move on over to Tisha sitting down with Kimmy and Tish and Trish and Tish to have that conversation and kind of get a tea on what happened at the event.
Yeah.
And when they were sitting down, that's when Kimmy finds out that Melanie has been mentioning about the lipstick, and Trish is telling her version of what happened with Melanie. I don't know why every time Trisha opened her mouth, like 8 times out of 10, I think she lying.
Why do you think she lied?
Lockjaw, just the way she was trying to curve Marquise when they went to that little ice cream shop told me, oh, no. She's controlling the narrative. And Marquise gets her out of her comfort zone. Because he gonna tell it all.
He is, and I don't think he can be controlled.
Yeah.
It's a little scary because I never want to talk about somebody's mental state, but I seriously think that there is something like really, really wrong mentally with him. Am I the only one? No.
She does. Derek said that Tish don't open her mouth all the way. She does. Tisha also has a speech impediment. He called. She
does?
Yeah, she definitely has a speech impediment.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's why her mouth doesn't open?
Well, I don't know if she has a literal tongue tie. My daughter is literally tongue tied, but she doesn't have a speech impediment. But my husband has his tongue is tied too. But that just means that little thing that's underneath your tongue, it comes all the closer to the tip of your tongue, which doesn't allow you to like move your tongue around your mouth. So if you have like something in the back of your teeth, your tongue is literally not able to do anything. It won't be able to reach back there. Some people
don't open her mouth. She talks her teeth. Don't give her that much credit.
No, he was saying both. Did he say Tisha talked through her teeth?
We need to figure out who they talking about.
Trisha talks through her teeth.
Oh, he meant Trisha.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's why I call her lockjaw. Her jaws is locked. She don't even open her mouth all the way.
Carlos made it a point to share that she is not lockjaw at the reunion, that she does open her mouth and talk. She does not talk through her teeth. That's what he said. Verbatim.
Really?
Yes.
What made her change?
See, wait a minute. Derek, now it's similar. Now, that's what I was saying. Maurice, Marsau, Martell. It's easy to get them names mixed up.
Yeah.
Trish, Tish. Yeah, it's a lot.
This is true. This is true.
And when you're talking fast and your brain is thinking, faster than your tongue can move, it's easy. That's why I didn't fault her for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. The next thing was,
did we talk about Kimmy them? Because I wanted to say something about how Trish tried to downplay the fact of the house. Like she tried to turn it off on, Melody was grilling me. Girl, you didn't even know what house you went to. You don't went to this. I mean, like she.
Oh, you talking about the first conversation?
Look bad, even though she was doing some. Cause why she go to his house?
Cause she
went to work him out.
Yeah, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, this had to be 2020.
So they were not together at that time.
But they had 2 houses. They had their real big, pretty house out in the country. And then they had this other house that was kind of like in the midst of a neighborhood. One of them, I want to say Mel was in the house that looked like it was in a neighborhood. And Martell, at some point, that's why she was asking about the steps.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had 2 houses. At some point, when they had separated, Martell was in the one house and she was in another. So she was trying to describe the house. Long story short, Trish is lying. She just needs to be honest. And she not only was she married to Marcus, you also have to assume that she was also messing with Ken a little bit, because Ken said that he saw text messages when he was still in the house. And their breakdown of their marriage happened in 2022. Now, her slip in the DMs could have been an honest effort to lose weight. If you believe Martell, he gave her so many outs. Trisha's was just so thirsty to prove that she knew him. The situation got out of control. It is possible that she went into his DMs because she wanted to lose weight. Because if you listen to Marsau and everybody else, he said she was at least 90 pounds heavier. Those were his words.
Do you believe that?
Yeah. She was heavier. She talks about a little bit about that she was heavier. She wanted to change her life. And I could see that she had lost 3 people during COVID, early COVID. And when you lose people that close to you, I think she lost a sibling, a grandmother, and somebody else. You want to control your life. So many things are happening that are uncontrollable that you want to take control. And you can't control a whole lot of things, but you, believe it or not, it's harder for others than it is. You can't control what you put in your mouth. You can't control if you go to the gym. You can't control to, make yourself look different. But yeah, I definitely see that. And Martell, I believe that he didn't sleep with her because he literally all but called her ugly. To her boyfriend.
Wasn't that rude? Yeah, I can't act like you didn't get that. But okay.
To her boyfriend.
I mean, I guess he does have some type of taste. I thought he didn't quit whoever it was, but okay.
He was like, he always said, I was at a point in my life where I could pretty much pick and choose who I want.
And she wasn't my choice.
She wasn't my choice. But he also said, he also started off, first of all, she was like 90 pounds heavier. He said that more than once because he said it in confessional to Stormy. Well, in regards to when Stormy had kind of introduced them, he was like, I didn't recognize her. I think he recognized her immediately, but he was trying to give her out. But she ain't got sense. God gave her headless chicken. So she just fell in that trap. Because if I had been messing with somebody or inappropriate and you didn't watch this show, he was married to Melanie, I would have played that out. Be like, do I know you? I wouldn't even say it. Be like, hi, Martell, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Right.
We
could have had going to admit to you coming to his house. Right. That wasn't going to be his ministry.
Right. If he coming to you like, hi, how are you? I would have played it off with him. But her thirstiness to prove that she's somebody, like, you don't know who I am. I was like, why would you do that and then want to draw it back? And then try to convince people you didn't sleep there like you took it personal. Because if I came over to your house to train, I would have been like, to lose weight, especially, I would have been like, guess what? Look, what you think?
What, right.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't have taken it like she took it. I would have been like, what you think? I was 90 pounds heavy. I would have been glad to have that conversation just like that. And if somebody would have mentioned, I'd be like, no, I was trying to lose some weight, girl. He was in Huntsville, jumped in the DM, trying to work out. I needed somebody to work out with. Yeah. And left it at that. No,
but I think it's because, like what Derek said, she was rejected.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it still bothers her. Like, girl, get over it.
Yeah. Who said that?
Derek right here.
Oh, yeah.
I think she went over there.
Yeah, she was embarrassed. Yeah. I wouldn't have been, I sure wouldn't embarrass myself on national TV. I would have been embarrassed at home.
And I mean, her body's gorgeous now.
Yeah. I would have been proud to show that off in that regard. She just, I don't know. It's something weird about her. Like I said, 8 times out of 10, it seemed like she lying. Because she don't have a coherent, explanation for nothing. Like, I'm married, not married. We gonna get divorced, we not divorced.
I did the notary. I ain't notarized it.
Right. He ain't been to the house. He done been to the house.
Right.
Like, she just, every time she opened her mouth, it just don't feel, and it's weird. And she could tell she was trying. That dude was so funny at the ice cream shop. Oh my God, he was so funny. Like, I like him better than everybody right now. because he was asking the craziest yet realist questions.
Was she trying to say that he's an alcoholic at the
I think she was trying to say he was a drug addict. I was wondering about that. Yeah. Are you sober?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She made similar comment at the barbecue.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what they were getting at there, but
yeah, Marquise want to show up for filming so he can get free everything. He went in the ice cream. So what's the highest thing y'all got? That's what I want.
I ain't mad at him. Okay. I'm about to get, because he's talking about moving to Huntsville because he want to be on the show.
Yep. He gonna be able to display his talent next season.
Yeah, he wants to be on the. That's why.
What do y'all think the talent is? Because I'm confused.
He's a musician. She said that.
Oh, he plays a
I don't know. He just said he's a musician. And that's why I figured that he probably ain't been making no money. Was when she said, what you do, it didn't stop. Mm-hmm. You remember she kept saying that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. When you left, I didn't stop. Nothing, was going on, didn't stop, which tells me he probably wasn't making a whole lot of money. He wasn't consistent. If he's one of those people that has a dream, and some men get stuck on these dreams, and he ain't no bad looking dude.
He's not bad looking.
So I could easily see him coming to Huntsville. If he's smart, he will get in Huntsville. Been on that show. He gonna be he gonna take the slot. Maybe Carlos King knew what he was doing when he cast them.
I don't want them to come back. I mean, and I'm
they coming back.
They are?
I think so.
How much more is there for us to see? I mean, what else can they bring? We know that Trisha lies a lot.
Yeah, she acts like she still like him.
I don't think so. I think she feels pity for him. I think she feels sorry for him. She knows that there's some other issues going on, and that's why she gets so upset so easily. It's like, why are you here? Why are you on the show? She's just as embarrassed as her son is.
I think she, how you be with somebody like forever. Y'all, they've been together since high school. Since high school. And her glow up is real. She's a girl who, if you believe everything, she's 90 pounds heavier. She probably wasn't feeling so great about herself. Her and this guy have been together. She done had these children. Now Stella got her groove back. It's Trisha got her groove back. Mm-hmm. And she with a new dude who got muscles.
And he got his own little trucking company.
Right. He got his own
taking care of her children.
Right. Shoot. And she looking at her. She looking at her old dude like, yep. It seemed like all he got to do, because he got a little swag. He's slow, but he got a little swag.
Yeah.
It seems like all he got to do is whisper in her ear a little bit. And she going to be pulling down her drawers.
I don't know.
Oh, so the son wasn't embarrassed, in my opinion. It looked like he didn't want his daddy to tell the truth, and he was just trying to protect.
I agree with that. I can agree with that.
He was trying to protect his dad. Yeah,
he was definitely trying to protect his father.
Yeah.
That's when the child parents the parent. Isn't that crazy?
I mean, because he even apologized to his son. He said, "I know I'm talking to I know I'm sorry." He knows what's up, and his kids are old enough to recognize something. At least the son is, and he's kind of cute.
The son is handsome.
Yeah. They made some good looking children together.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then what else happened?
The last scene, which is probably
did we talk about the fencing?
The what?
Oh, when
with the Fletchers?
Nell.
They did it good. I was proud of them.
Yeah. I mean, that was cute. So, but what is the... Okay, so Nell doesn't want to have the anniversary party for financial reasons, or because she's grieving over the loss of a parent, or both?
I think both. So their son in the jail, am I right? 3 times.
Yeah.
And they have bailed him. And when do you stop?
I don't know. As a parent, I mean, do you ever stop?
I don't know. I'm blessed to not have that situation.
Right. That's what I'm thinking, because I don't know. Most people never.
Reinforcing bad behavior. Like, I know if I get in trouble, they're gonna get me out. I don't know.
His daughter is on the show, I thought. Ken's daughter. No? Heck, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I know we saw Marquez's daughter. I think we saw them both together, but they only really had the camera on Marquez's daughter. And it could be because Ken's daughter isn't.
I don't think Ken's daughter is biologically his. I think
so that's probably
point.
why he doesn't have really authority to put her on camera.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a situation. I think it's a situation where I think he may have had a previous relationship.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and he was with that lady for a long time and probably helped raise her daughter and still.
But he likes raising other people's children.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Mm-mm.
But yes, but I did feel kind of sad for Nell because
don't he pull it off? Didn't we see a scene in previews? What? Didn't he? Doesn't he pull this off?
For what else?
Chris.
Yeah. I think he does.
She's saying she's not gonna have the party.
Oh yes, they do have the ceremony.
Is gonna make it happen. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It may not be exactly what she wanted, but I think she's gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
I feel like he did. They separated. They had their moment of separation, and I think when they came back together, they both committed to being with each other because they do look. Unless it's for the show, it seems like they do things as a couple, like go dancing, they do fencing, they do things to continue to try to make it work.
Yeah,
we don't see the other people doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
Chris is he seems really calm and caring, and I don't know, they are a little bit different. Joy, what were you saying about her eyebrows?
I wish I had the picture. I wish I could go find it real quick.
It's in the thing.
Let me see if I can find it.
She looked like a whole clown.
No, I think they're just drawn on, and she's not the best artist. Maybe.
I hope those are drawn and not tattooed.
No, like that. They're drawn.
Oh, they cannot be for real. I can't even find that chat. Move team.
They are definitely drawn on. I can't see a tattoo.
I can resend it again.
Doing that.
Because I'm like, I think I found it, but I'm sitting here and I'm just sitting here like, girl, because it wasn't even. I liked her hair back in a little pony. I mean, she's pretty in her natural state. I like the fact that she's showing her. I think Kimmy shows herself in a natural state a lot too. Oh God, George, dang.
Joy, you ain't right.
Wait
a minute. The fact that I was expecting the picture, and then when I got it, I still gasped. That's bad.
Why y'all looking at that? So Derek says, why y'all think Ken keeps going after married women with children?
Good question.
Exactly, Derek. I mean,
that's a good question. Because
most else going on here.
Most men who do that aren't looking for attachments.
Is this a kink or fetish for him? I mean, that's a good question. It definitely makes you think. Because I just want to say,
he can't have his own kids.
But we don't know that, so I kind of wish he would have asked her a Marquez question.
How old is Ken?
39, 40 something.
How many dudes 39, 40 who can have kids that don't?
So let me tell you, I'm not gonna go into like a whole lot of detail, but I dated this guy.
But you don't know if they can.
I dated this guy for some years. That had,
I had my girlfriend husband when they met. He had no children. He was 39. He was 39 when they met. She was younger. She was like in her late 20s, but he was 30. But they got pregnant on honeymoon because she literally had a baby 9 months later.
He's gonna be with a woman who already has a kid by then, you would think, or not? If he's dating a woman in his age range.
Yeah, I mean, I get the point that you're making. That most people do have children before they're 40, but Greg didn't. We were married to Madison. He didn't. There are men that they don't want to put their seed in everybody.
But are we sure Greg can have children?
I don't know.
I mean, it don't have to always be Sweet Tea.
I mean, Sweet Tea has medical problems.
I know she does, but it could be both.
Yeah.
I don't watch the Housemaid's Tales or whatever it's called. Okay, so here's the phone.
Girl, I hope that's not tattooed on.
I don't think that would be tattooed on like that.
Because if she
Which
do,
so the artist needs to be fired.
Yes.
I mean, she's a pretty lady.
She
the shape of those,
beautiful.
those
I
are
like
not
her in her natural state.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then to get on that helmet or mask or hat, whatever you call the thing over there, she had to take her wig off. And so she looked cute in her natural state. Her hair seems pretty, but them things, the eyebrows are not tattooed. That's just Maybelline color 312, and you just draw it on.
Girl, not the color 312.
That's what it is.
And then let me look at my notes, make sure we didn't miss anything.
The last scene is Kimmy and
Melody.
Okay, good. Okay.
And Tisha, not in Tisha, Mel and both of them arrived. I thought one of the things that I love about Kimmy, she is probably one of the few emotionally intelligent people that I see on reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
The way she really is.
The way may be too emotionally intelligent for reality TV.
Yeah, she really handles situations very well. Even when she's upset, she has been able to stay in control all of this time, which tells me this is pretty much her.
Yeah.
Melanie looked pretty though. Both of them.
Yeah, they looked pretty. Let me see if I'm
she looked pretty when she came in. It was a lot of hair she had on, but
yeah, I like when she wears smaller hair.
Yeah, I think she looks so sharp with a short hair.
I like this comment from Eric. I know we don't move past it, but even if he can't have his own biological kids, he can still adopt a child. He don't have to be with married women with children. He can
find a woman and get her. I get it. Yeah,
I get it.
I mean, it's true.
Okay, but anyway, let's go back to him.
Like she straight had a curl because I wondered, was that a wig or was that her hair? I like it.
Well, Kimmy, I like her hair like that.
Sometimes when I see people who got that stupid, they called it a Gina curl. I wonder, was the Gina curl or the Jerry curl supposed to be imitating our natural hair?
I never heard that the Jerry curl was to imitate our natural hair, but I've never heard it.
I never heard it. I'm saying, but I'm wondering, like looking at it, it looks very natural. Like when I do my twist outs and undo my hair, it look like I got a curl. Like that's almost the look.
It's like the Jerry curl. Some people just made it too wet.
Right.
Like they did the For Real Soul Glow.
In America, back coming to America.
Yeah.
Is that coming to America? Yeah, I'm coming to America.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I do. That conversation was deep, though.
It was.
It was.
I mean,
so it threw me a little bit when Melody wouldn't really respond, especially when she said, well, no, I don't have to respond to that because they've already told you how I felt. So the only problem with that is normally Melody would say, well, don't believe what someone else says. Come talk to me about it, or don't talk to me about it all. So that threw me. I was kind of surprised to hear her go in that direction.
Or the fact that Mel had a whole conversation, obviously, all three of them, I'm talking about the original ladies, off screen, that they've all talked about on screen at this point. Saying that they decided to throw the old away and they weren't going to talk behind one another's back, that if they did something, they were going to bring it to them directly. Yeah. And the fact that Kimmy is keeping that word and literally threw it in her face, you said, I wanted to talk to you directly. Since, that's how you move forward as a friend group. That is how you move forward.
Yeah.
And especially when somebody else is telling you something.
Yeah.
So I'm not going off what I heard. I'm talking to you. And for you to sit up here and say, well, they've already told you what I've heard. So we are supposed to look to other people. We are supposed to believe what other people tell us. Yeah. Because that's what has been out of my mouth.
Right.
Derek, that's so good. She's a nurse. And that is why probably she's so calm in these chaotic situations.
Oh. Yeah,
that's a good Derek. You are good. Okay,
yeah, that is a good point. Yeah,
yeah,
because she handles herself very well. Even in this state, I would have cussed Melanie out. Yeah, and called her hypocritical. I would have called her all kinds of names.
And I like Mel, but I would have too.
Yeah, I would have called, because in this particular case, Melanie just it would have been like Yeah, I said it.
Joy, we need you to understand her name is Melody.
Whatever.
Joy gonna say she from Bessemer. She got that tongue like Tisha, and she's saying Melody.
I am not from Bessemer. I'm from St. Louis.
She grew up in Bessemer.
I used to live in Bessemer. There is a difference.
It's Melody.
Okay. Bessemer people. Joy trying to say she ain't come there. Don't come for her. Yeah. She ain't from there.
I only lived in Bessemer for 2 years. We lived more in Birmingham, in Forestdale. I lived in an area called Forestdale. But yeah, it is what it is. Like, I think that Melanie was a coward.
Oh.
I think that she was a coward. She was literally confronted with what she asked, and she didn't have the guts to be able to say, yeah, okay, so I said it. She could have did a Nene. So what you gonna do?
I said
what I
said. No, she didn't even want to come at Kimmy like that, because I don't think Mel likes to come at Kimmy like that. Even if she would have said, you know what, Kimmy, you're right. I should have came to you first. I should have talked to you about it.
Yeah.
That's all she had to do.
Or not,
I don't think she's a coward.
She wouldn't have done that because she didn't want to explain because you have to remember that this is coming from the streets. That's what she didn't. That's what they were trying to say. That's what Kimmy. I don't know if it seems like this was pretty coherent, but I think maybe that was a cut, possibly. This is coming from the streets. We said we weren't gonna bring street stuff because this is really what's happening on this show.
But I don't think Melody was being a coward. I wouldn't use that word. I just think she didn't think out what to say if Kimmy called her out about it. And so she got stuck on saying, well, they've already told you. I just really don't think she thought it out. And she normally probably doesn't have to think things out. She can just speak and say the right thing. In that case, she was caught off guard, I think. I don't think she was afraid to speak or cowardly. She just didn't know what to say. So I'm not going to say anything. That's what I think.
Again, that's definitely immature. Because even if you didn't know what to say, you would say, well, I don't know what to say. I said it.
Well, really and truly, she could have just, like I said, been like, look, I had questions. Y'all have questioned what me and Martell or me and whatever was doing. So I feel like I had the right to ask questions about y'all too. Maybe I should have included you when I was asking the questions, but I have the right to ask questions. She could even said that. Yes. But the fact that she's like, well, I just don't want to talk about it with you. And I just don't want to. And you already.
She knew she was wrong. That's right. She was a coward and she knew she was wrong. And she couldn't have said, I'm sorry or anything in that moment. She could have.
She could have.
When Kimmy got the scratch in the back of her wig in that scene, I knew she was fed over that.
Child. And you know what's so crazy is that I do think it is a wig. Because I didn't see them little pom pom wigs on RuPaul's Drag Race.
I think that's a wig. It's
cute. It's real cute.
Oh, I didn't think it was a wig.
That's a wig.
That's the first thing I thought.
That's Callie. She was a coward because she had the chance to say, okay,
yeah, we all. I don't know. Yeah, it is kind of a coward. I don't know if coward's the right word, but it's not a good word. Whatever she was, it wasn't.
Yeah, coward would mean, she's afraid to speak on her. And Melody's not afraid of many things, in my opinion. So I wouldn't call her coward because she's not afraid to speak. I think she just didn't have the words in that moment. And so she said, no, I don't want to talk about it.
And I think she thought that her and Kimmy was just going to hang out to kind of kiki. So I don't think she was expecting
it to be serious.
So she wasn't prepared. You know what I mean? I think she was kind of like taken aback and caught off guard.
Yeah, and so it does make me really excited for the reunion because it sounds like those two are going to be a big part of the energy.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the reunion rumors because Joyce heard some, you've heard some. I hadn't heard any, so y'all have to do this part. Stop it, not my mama. Oh God. So you've heard that. So Joy, you said that one of the things you heard was that Martell brings some receipts to the reunion.
Well, I haven't heard receipts, the word receipts, but I heard that it's a whole lot more was said in the reunion. What gets aired, we don't know. a lot might get aired now because of this interview. And it might bring context to it. It might bring context to, because I knew that it's a lot more that has been said. The thing that I heard was that Melanie and Kimmy, well, I really didn't know who it was, but it's making more sense that it's Kimmy. I heard that a male leaves the show crying.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
The show?
Like not the show, the set.
The stage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that too. And
somebody said it was with Kimmy, and it didn't make sense when we heard it.
It makes sense to me.
Now it makes sense. Yeah, I think Callie said, or somebody told us that. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense to me though, because the only other time we've seen Melody really start crying when speaking with the girls is when it was a conversation with Kimmy. It was in season 1. She handles Kimmy in a different way. Season 1, it was her, Tisha, and Kimmy. They were
about her being bougie.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
yes.
That's why I said she don't like to really be confrontational with Kimmy.
Yeah, because it,
you can't attack Kimmy or deal with Kimmy like you do other people.
Right.
Exactly.
People are easy to play.
Yeah.
Because you can almost dictate their next move.
Yeah.
That's what, Martell is like that though. He's so emotional, you can dictate his next move. So is Donald Trump. You control him. Like, how you grown, that old of a man, and people can start calling President Elon, and you the first dude.
Okay.
And you start tweeting about it. Like, this is allegedly supposed to be the leader of the so-called free world. And he's trollable.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So I think Mel starts crying because it has something to do with her grandmother who passed away from a drunk driving. And I think Kimmy probably brought that up in her point to Melody in some way. It could be. It could be that too.
Was it her grandmother or grandfather?
Yeah, it was her grandmother.
Grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Kimmy is real.
And I feel like Kimmy's, even though she always say Nell is the oldest, I feel like Kimmy is too.
Kim is, she is, so no one ever seems to notice that. I think
they never say that about her. So maybe Melody doesn't really want to go toe to toe with her because she may respect Kimmy a little bit. I don't know, but there's something, that makes her not do it.
Yeah, I think it's because she can't play with her.
Oh yes, that's it.
I think I think that she can't play with her. There are a lot of people that I say this all the time.
Me too.
Very abusive people know who they can abuse and who
exactly. Same thing with bullies.
Yeah.
They know who to bully.
They know who they
look
can
at somebody and tell.
Yeah. Yeah, and they peep that real quick. That's why you have some dudes that be in relationships with one girl and is abusive to one, and then they be in another because all us got guys, and they got a friend who they dog the girl you became friends with. You see them with the next girl, you be like, who the hell is this dude?
Totally different.
Right.
Totally.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Yep. You're right.
You know the people you with, and you know how to act accordingly.
You be like, who are you? I mean, even Marsau and Martell, even that was a time Maurice was trying to help them when Marsau said that Martell is a different person when he's with Arionne. He's more dominant and that sort of thing. And Maurice was like, I ain't never been around there. That's what made Marsau release that picture.
Yep, because Maurice
right.
is there.
Maurice was willing to go down with the fire. I don't know what y'all talking about. I ain't never been around that girl.
Okay.
I mean, but they are their
own brother. Be your own brother.
Yeah, Martell and Coleslaw are funny together. It felt like I was looking at 2 high school students on that video. They are different little situations. I was like, okay, yeah, they got something. I don't know what, but okay.
It was a hot mess to me.
I think that whoever Martell is with, he's gonna hype her up because he and Melanie had some bomb chemistry.
I love their chemistry.
That first season.
I will say that Arionne must be using either Stormy or Mel's products because her legs was shining, honey. They was greased up. I said, you better go, girl. Okay. You using one of their products, okay?
Listen, but Melody has a little butter. I think she's
that's why I said it's one
that has that glitter in it. It has the glitter in it. Okay.
But okay, let's see. I think we're about done. Almost like when Simone and Quad. Oh yeah, I was gonna bring the correlation. That is not the same. I think it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Nephews of the show.
We should. When is the reunion? How many more episodes do we have?
I can't keep up.
I cannot.
Because Carlos will split a season to not have to pay him as much. Speaking of pay, the one thing I was thinking when I was listening to Marquez, I really hope with all the emotional things we're seeing come out of him, I really hope he's getting more than $2,500. What do y'all think?
Girl,
I think that Friends, I think that's all they get, but come on. $2,500 for a couple of hours?
He's probably so grateful.
He's gonna need some extra counseling or something. They gotta throw in some extras.
Well, that
ain't bad though. 25. I mean, as a friend, that ain't bad. You don't have to show up to every calling, every episode he's in. And now, whether or not he got 2,500, I think he did because I think it's based off scenes.
Yeah.
Because he was in more than one scene. He was in the backyard scene, and then he was in the ice cream scene.
Yep, so he got that down.
It isn't based off of how they split up an episode, because they could do one episode and it goes from one episode to the next. You're still only getting one.
Well, that was a whole different day, so he should have got paid twice.
Oh yeah, he probably got at least paid, possibly more than that.
Yeah.
No,
okay, so he can get home to Atlanta without borrowing from Ken.
I swear he's staying with them. I think they are playing us.
People were saying that. You do know people were saying that initially.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they playing us.
That they think they playing us. Mm-hmm. That because their story didn't seem real from the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't think they playing us.
That's why I said a chance is out of 10 she lied. Like
I pray that they are, because this is foolishness. Yeah. All right, so ladies, when are we going live again? What are we doing?
I just sit here. We say something, we might stick to it. So I'm just gonna wait and see y'all message.
Yeah, Potomac is about to come on, so we got to get off here. And then Married to Medicine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and we did. What's the name this week? We did Beverly Hills.
So are we gonna do those
I'm not suggesting y'all watch it, but if y'all have some time during winter break, Salt Lake is actually really good. And their numbers must really be good because they got a after show this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think this is their first.
I really wish that Potomac would go back now that the cast is getting along. Maybe they will.
Yeah. I think it's based off of numbers. I think
now with Karen. Oh Lord.
Okay,
so we gonna do Potomac Monday?
We ain't even talk about Karen. Yeah,
we did.
We did a little bit.
Yeah, we could do it Monday. Monday is a good time, and I'm off all day Monday, so
I'm out. Me too. So y'all just let me know when.
Yeah, just okay.
And Derek naming Eric and Latoya. We need to start bringing people back up. So maybe we'll bring people up for a little while Monday.
Yeah, Derek is right. I used to lazily kind of watch it. You know, somebody would say it was a good episode. I would turn in. Last season, I watched like the last 5 episodes, and it was maybe 4. It was really, really good. And this season, I did start from the beginning. It's a really good it's a really good show. Mary just makes it comical. And I haven't even gotten to the episode about her son that her son is in, where he tells her.
Yeah,
I heard that was emotional.
Oh, it was, girl. I cried in the clips, and I
really?
Yes, like Mary is really worried about him. When she said, "Girl," I mean, busted out crying when she said, "You are my gift." Yeah, because he felt like his life didn't mean nothing. She said, "You are my gift." She said, "I was so unhappy until I had you."
Oh my God!
Yes, she did. She was like, "You." I feel bad. I felt so bad for her. Like when she said that, my whole chest caved in because I felt that. Because you know, I just felt it when your children.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it.
Out of your control.
What day does it come on?
I don't even know.
I'm gonna watch on Peacock.
On my DVR. Oh, I've been watching it
on Peacock.
And I've been watching it on Peacock.
Yeah.
But it's a really good season. And it's different people on here.
Wednesdays. Okay, thank you, Derek.
Yeah, it's a couple of yeah. Oh, Wednesdays. Okay. Yeah,
when
have
does
your
Beverly Hills come on?
I
I just
think
watch
it's
it on Peacock too, so I don't
I
know.
think it's Tuesday. It might not even be coming on this week.
Because of
Is
Christmas.
Potomac
Oh,
a new episode of
yeah.
Potomac
Well, I
coming
don't
on
know.
this
We need
week?
to see because the
Yeah, let me look
holidays.
on my DVR. Hold on.
Look and see, because we may not be going live unless we're going to talk about Karen again, which I can.
Let me see. Live.
We can also Beverly Hills and Salt Lake City are the same day. So if we like it, y'all want to do them both on the same day, we can.
Y'all too far back. Y'all need to go back, and I'm not suggesting that we do that. Yeah, it's a new episode tonight. Because it's too close to the end of the season. So I'm not suggesting that we watch it. I'm just saying if y'all get some time, you want to watch something, I think you'd be surprised. It's actually a really good it's a really good show. Like,
and then Traders comes January 9th. We'll do that again.
Yeah. What do y'all think about Quad? This whole Quad is really, from Married to Medicine, is really on a rampage.
Over Phaedra?
Yes, over Phaedra.
She's thirsty.
Because Phaedra has said in the interview that she revived Married to Medicine. And her following, somebody mentioned it again. She said numbers are numbers. You know how Phaedra is. She was like, if you look, it was their highest season. It's either true or not. She said the only 2 additions was me and Sweet Tea. So it's me or Sweet Tea.
Okay. And I think it could have been both of them because Sweet Tea was.
Yeah. People wanted to see that dynamic.
He was new.
And people wanted to see that dynamic.
Yeah.
And then she Quad is saying that Phaedra tried to get her fired. That's what she's been doing all these interviews about.
Yes, she sure did. She did do the same thing to Mariah.
And that's what I commented on TikTok. That's funny that he said that. I brought that same thing up.
Yeah. Well, my thing was, regardless if she tried to get her fired or not, I don't know why she wants to blame Phaedra, because we all watched. None of those girls wanted Quad around. Yeah. Phaedra kept bringing her around. And when they brought her, one time they brought her around when they was out of town, and they didn't want her there. That was very clear. They asked her to leave, and Heavenly said, even Jackie told me you using me. Nobody would bring her around. So I don't think that Phaedra was trying to get her fired.
That they said that Phaedra called a meeting. That's what was said.
I don't believe
it. Heavenly said on whatever she do in her closet that Phaedra was the one who orchestrated a meeting to try to get her off. Now we don't know if Heavenly's telling the truth or not.
Why would she do that though?
I don't think she. I'm just saying what that girl
doesn't make sense. Like they matter of fact, I don't know if y'all remember last season. They flat out told Phaedra not to bring her around. Phaedra was so paranoid about it, she changed her flight so she wouldn't fly in with her. They
with her.
Huh?
I remember that, but listen, Quad is listen to the revisionist historian like Kendra.
She's
and
right.
Did y'all see Kenya and Nene in the London airport or wherever?
Yes, I saw that.
They're gonna try to get them back together. I don't care what nobody says.
Allegedly, I don't know how true this is, and I don't know where this is gonna go. But allegedly, they're trying to put together a legacy Atlanta season, and Nene is in it. Kim, I don't know why Kim is in it. It's pretty much like the original cast,
plus Eva, which I didn't get that part.
But they don't. But they say they want Kenya, but Kenya don't want to be with Kim. That's what I heard.
And Kim should not be on this show. I know why they want her there, because she's down bad. But because Kenya, I mean, we would have been watching some good TV over the last couple of years. Yeah. Atlanta Miss. I mean, we didn't watch the marriage and divorce of not just Portia, but also Cynthia. And Kim, and they didn't have all kind of police stuff. Have y'all seen they replace Cams? Your one time, Kim wanted to get some stuff out of her out of the closet. because Troy he's over the house. They've been trying to sell it. They can't sell it on auction. And they have whatever, people might bid on it, but the mortgage company still has to approve it. So it still hasn't sold. Because if it sells, he has to get out immediately.
What?
Yeah, their house foreclosed.
Well,
and she wanted to come by the house to get some stuff. He acting a fool. She acting a fool. Like there's been a couple of, at least 3 different ones. One time it was outside and with the police out there. One time it was Croy and she was trying to get in and he was talking to the police. And then one time she had the police allow her to go in and get some stuff out the closet. Like Kim, and those are just the 3 I saw. Kim is a mess.
LaToya said they sold the house.
They still in their house. This just happened like 2 weeks ago. Croy is. Now if they sold it, they just sold it.
Yeah, she said they just sold it.
Oh, okay.
I know Derek be on it, honey. We need to have Derek come up, but not tonight because we got to watch Potomac. But if y'all come Monday, Tori and Derek, we're going to bring people up. We ain't done that in a long time. And let them talk a little bit. Okay.
I'm about to hang up on y'all. I gotta go eat before 7.
I know we gotta go. We had fun. We'll see y'all Monday. Joy, y'all tell me what time, and then we'll do it.
Peace out, y'all.
Okay.
Peace out. Have fun. But Derek, you need to not work Monday. You don't need no job. All right.